Hello everyone, Teacher here, back with another video. Today I want to show you a very special squad that I have cooked up, and if you are one who had invested into some of these, I advise you to give it a test. It is a pay to win squad, so if you're ready, let's take a closer look. Now, the reason why I'm starting here off with the elves is because this is not Rivendell that we're here to talk about. Everyone knows how good Rivendell is. What we are here to talk about are the two brothers that are going to be released, part of Balin's expedition, and then we're going to talk about these three characters plus one more. So let's get into it. First off, we're going to talk about Legolas. Legolas is actually pretty good in the he's going to be great in Chapter 2 and Chapter 4. He is already great in Chapter 2. Leader ability, if you are one who can make his leader ability level 6, this is actually really awesome. The fact that you gain a 70% chance to gain Deadly and Haste, this is really nice. Crit on the Balrog, crit on the Troll. That's really nice. If you can evade stuff, of course, that is what you need. Here you gain Nimble, so he gains that himself. Here you get some crit if you have Gimli involved. We're gonna get back to that. And then there's this on crit grant advantage, guaranteed crit to a random fellowship or elf ally. This is really important. So it's any elf. And this is just really cool because we're actually gonna go in and look at the kits now. Many people have done it. I'm not gonna read through it that much. I just want to show you what is actually the positive here. He is the tank without taunt or provoke. We've already many people have covered that. Swag, whale shot, Thona, etc. But anyways, here you gain defensive. Attack target enemy and gain 1 stack of defensive. That is for himself, so you need to be hit by an AoE. Or you can be marked in Chapter 3, and then you have a block. Then you gain something there. And then there's this, attack target enemies 3 times, grant 1 stack of defensive to 1 random squad member. Here you gain to everyone, so this is really good, and we're gonna assume, even though he is an elf, he's probably gonna be okay fast. Special 2, 3 turns, but it has to be rank 6. Cleanse 2 Banes from self and the dwarf or ally with the most Banes. If this works just like Bekelu, or it's bugged, or it's working as intended, I'm not going to jump into that discussion. Then you can actually cleanse here. You could cleanse technically a mark and a capture stack, but especially you can cleanse a mark, and that is really good. And then here, when they block an attack, grant regen, so you get health and you can stay alive. That's pretty nice. So this guy with boons to himself is going to gain advantage. That means he's gonna crit. That's actually gonna be nice on the troll. Now he cannot tank the troll, but he can still do some nice damage and he can help the team. So this is where I think this is really gonna be great. Also because, again, deadly. Of course this has to be evaded, so there isn't that much evade at the moment. Let's jump into the next one that I want to talk about, and that is Niri. Many people like Niri, and I understand that. I have not used her myself. I've not built her up. She is someone down the line that I'm gonna be mixing into my squads. Cleanse 2 Banes, 2 turn cooldown. Grant protection, armor increase. That's also really nice. Grant counter attack. It helps. Heal squad, and you gain 1 stamina to 1 random elf and 1 other random ally. That's really nice. She can stealth herself, and there's some nimble, so that's pretty nice. And she has some basic. But she has heal, and you like having healers in your squad for basically most chapters. So that's pretty nice. Also, again, there was an assist mechanic on Rumil that might work great in Chapter 1. We don't know. And let's go into Leliel here, actually. She gains some turn meter. That's really nice on her basic. She gains defensive. She actually gains 2 stacks of defensive. That would be nice for the troll if for Chapter 3 if she is marked. Grants still to all elf allies. That means she is gonna be able to take the hit. Now this actually here is a problem, level 6, because that means that would be 2 turns. That's a little bit of an issue. She cannot survive that long because you need kind of immunity, or you just need a lot of cleansing. So, and here she has block. She has at what 25% block. That's nice. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. So that is something you could do. So you could do a Legolas lead, Niri and Leliel, and then we're gonna go in and you can of course do Rumil, and then we're gonna look at Orophin. Crit chance, crit boss. Like Leliel, you wouldn't use for a chapter 2. You're gonna use the hidden character that I have not yet talked about. But you would use both of these. Attack target enemy 2 times and gain advantage for 2 turns. Attack target enemy if it has more health. Again, this is really great, and you are gonna get crit, you're gonna get deadly. You're gonna do a lot of damage with a Legolas lead. And crit, grant deadly for 2 turns to 1 random dwarf and 1 random elf squad member, and then he gains this himself. So this is actually really nice, and that leads us into the mysterious member, who some people might have guessed who he is. He is Mr. Gimli, who can be farmed in Guild Chapter 2. He can gain might to himself, he can inflict weaken, that's nice on the troll. He can gain provoke, that means he can work around in Chapter 3 where you might not need that much crit. So you could take Orophin out, swap in a Gimli. And again, like this is a little bit bad because there's no other dwarfs in the team. But he does have a lot of provoke, he gains defensive, so that's really nice. I'm not sure if it actually, yeah, he just gained 2 stacks of defensive. Still, he blocks, it's nice, and you can have other ones who can then cleanse him. So that's really nice, and this one won't really work that much because there's only one other fellowship member. So, but this is a squad I've been thinking about that you might be able to use if you have them at 5-star, especially if you're gonna get the twins. Give it a go, and give me some feedback on this. It's not ideal, but there might be some hidden magic in here if you are one who already has leveled Gimli and Legolas and you're using them plug and play, but you might be saying, they don't really work well with this anymore. Then you can swap them around. I think this could work, and it is something I probably will try to build. I'm gonna get the 2 brothers to 5-star because I need the XP. And Gimli, I am gonna farm him when I'm done with Pippin. And I'm just finished Elmer in Arena Store. That means I'm gonna do Legolas, and also I want to do Gimli and Legolas because I want to build a fellowship squad for maybe 3 to 4 months when I get my Gandalf and I can start working on him. So there's a lot here, and Niri is going to be a good plug and play character. You are cleansing, you are having healing, that's really nice. I think there's potential. Is it a top tier meta squad? No, it's not. Is it a wacky squad? Yes, it is. Can it work? Who knows, maybe. It is something to consider, at least that you are being able to use them, and this is mainly on the brothers if you are having second thoughts on them. At least with Gimli and Legolas for a chapter 2, I think they're gonna be massive because you're having so much crit, you're gonna have haste, you're gonna have deadly, you're gonna have auto, and crit means less momentum stacks, so there could be a way. I know one in our guild, Night Hunter, who is also here on YouTube. He has a pretty well built, let's call it that, Gimli and Legolas. I believe it's him after all. Otherwise, sorry if I mistook you for Night Hunter, who else you may be. And I think that might actually be a squad. He has them at 7, I believe. And if you get the brothers to 5, and you gain 1 more, like a Niri also at 7, or you just go full in on the whole damage and say, okay, I don't need to heal that much. I'm thinking we could do a pretty good score on that. I especially will build them for chapter 2 in the near future when I have done my Road to Rivendell, my Haradrim, and my Rivendell. And while I wait for Gondor to be 6-star and 7-star, then I might actually see if I can make those work. So it is something to consider. Read through the abilities again. There is a lot of crit potential with a Legolas lead, and I think most people are sleeping on that fact, especially for chapter 2, but also the entire crit mechanic and that you cannot debuff the Balrog. I think a Legolas lead with the two brothers and a Gimli will actually do really, really great. And if you were to include a plug and play character, I would actually say go with Eomer for that squad for a chapter 4, because he will have assist mechanics. He does a lot of damage. He gives you a summon, which you can use, and he has a combo where he does 3 attacks. Let's say those 3 attacks count, and then you reduce 3 stacks in the flame form. I think this is a real potential squad that can do well in Chapter 4. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Drop a like if I gave you some thoughts for the future, and I'll see you all in the next video.